Unless you've been living under Starhopper, you know about the test flight of SpaceX's Starship SN11. You probably also know about its rapid unscheduled disassembly upon attempting its landing burn. What you might not know is why SN11 exploded so spectacularly. I made a video about the flight where I tried to figure out what may have caused the failure. By the way, that video did really well, so thank you to everyone who watched it. Anyway, we didn't have too much information at the time, so we had to speculate to a degree about what happened. Now, we finally have an official answer from Elon Musk, which we'll discuss in this update video. In reply to everything SpaceX on Twitter, he reported that the ascent, transition to horizontal, and control during the freefall portion of the flight were all good. However, there was a relatively small methane leak which led to a fire on engine 2 and fried part of the avionics. This caused a hard start of the engine when the time came for the landing burn. Finally, Elon added that this is definitely getting fixed, which is of course great to hear. Put simply, an aircraft or spacecraft's avionics are the electronics crucial for its operation. So the fire damaged the electronics relating to the control and monitoring of engine number 2, which was Raptor SN52. A hard start, in the context of rocket engines, is a bit of a euphemism for a situation in which too much propellant enters the combustion chamber before ignition. When ignition does eventually happen, the pressure the initial combustion produces is more sudden and higher than during a normal start. This can cause damage to the engine or even the rocket structure itself. So what happened is that the damage caused by the fire interfered with the starting procedure on engine 2. This resulted in a hard start upon relighting for the landing burn, and this probably caused a catastrophic failure of the engine or the rocket structure. Those of you who closely followed the lead up to SN8's historic launch may remember that damaged avionics killed a Raptor after a static fire, and nearly resulted in the loss of the vehicle due to an inability to vent the building pressure in the tanks as propellants boiled off. In that case, the damage to the avionics was caused by the engines shattering the concrete pad below. If you've seen my previous video, you know I suspected that SN11 exploding was somehow connected to a failure of engine 2. What I forgot to mention though is that the fire we saw on it was not exactly what we've seen on previous flights. This time, we see the moment the fire breaks out, and that the engine itself is the source of the fire. Of course, now we know that this is because of the fuel leak. So it's great that we got confirmation of exactly what went wrong, and it's really awesome that SpaceX and Elon Musk are so open. And speaking of awesome, SN15 is fully stacked and will hopefully be rolling out soon. So that concludes Starship SN11's autopsy. My next video will likely be about SN15's flight, so if you enjoy these types of videos, definitely make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that one. Also, liking the video and commenting your thoughts on SN11 are greatly appreciated too. Thanks for watching.